Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/PettyRevenge. In today's episode, delivery guy gets HRed and ruins his reputation. I trolled a hacker relentlessly. You want your hot chocolate to be hot? Fine, enjoy getting first-degree burns in your mouth. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Delivery guy gets HRed and ruins his reputation. So I was debating whether to post this here, because my friend said that petty revenge is only meant for things that go further than what's justified. And what I did was not only fully justified, but majority of it was caused by him trying to get back at me and digging a deeper hole for himself. So at my last job at an overnight gas station, I was used to dealing with a lot. I'm a small guy whose gender can be read as almost anything. Man, woman, sometimes I get called on it by others and I don't care. For this story, what's relevant is I wear a religious hair covering called a veil. I'm not Muslim and men do wear a veil in my religion, along with my cane that I have as a disabled man. I had a guy at this job who delivered the newspapers. He was always really rude but nothing to write home about typically. But eventually he decides to take his shitty workday out on me, screaming at me for wearing a pirate costume, my veil plus the collapsible cane on my belt on top of my work uniform. For 5 straight minutes. I stand there quietly through it. What he doesn't know is I'm not just someone who will roll over and let him do what he wants. I was put on the overnights because I could handle the kind of situations that arise on my own. I had people coming in trying to buy a prostitute because of a previous worker there that had caused a lot of issues for the company. I could handle, but I can handle an old boomer that doesn't like my clothes. So he leaves. And leaves the papers he came to deliver, with his company phone number attached. After work I called a number. Get passed around the office to about 6 people to make the report over 2 hours. Find out that the number had actually connected me to the partner company than the one he works for. Get transferred to the other company, the one he actually works for. Tell them that I was yelled at for 2 separate legally protected classes and that it was on camera. That night he was supposed to come apologize. Instead, he calls his CEO, who he knows personally, to complain about me. This guy is upper middle class, as it's a smaller company. He's not calling a millionaire or anything. But the CEO knows how badly it could go for his company that his employee is on camera screaming at an autistic, physically disabled worker for wearing religious hair covering while on the clock. So I get my apology from the CEO of this small delivery business instead. Months later I find out he's trying to trash my reputation by saying I run to HR at the drop of the hat. But I've built a reputation of handling shit myself, in very bad situations. So his attempts just make everyone think he sexually harassed me. I never claimed that he did and still don't. But the way he was talking about me is what made people assume I'm at a better job now. I'm writing this post while on break from the hospital. Gonna wrap this up and go see if anyone needs any blankets or pillows. I'm just a housekeeper for now, but I'll work my way up. And he's still working for the old company, trashing his reputation. There's no such thing as just a housekeeper in a hospital. You fill an important role. I've been in the hospital a few times and having my room cleaned always helped me feel just a little bit better. Same here. I was in the hospital for most of November 2014 and I had one housekeeper who was so kind and positive. It's been almost 9 years and I still remember her. Just got home from hospital today, 2 new stents, no heart attack, because my docs know me and that I'm honest and medically compliant. I love housekeeping. Often the friendliest of people. Having fresh sheets and a fresh room is so morale boosting for me. Go housekeeping. Sounds like the old fart got off light, IMHO. I agree. But he got talked to by HR, and any consequences are surprising in this case since the kind of area I live in. If I may ask, What's your religion? I don't know why this whole situation is so satisfying, but it is. I don't want anyone to burn in hell, in this situation. I just hope they all, slowly, dry out spit roast style. Like American 7 to 11 hot dogs, who sit on the rollers for too long. Becoming a wrinkly mystery meat log is a pretty understandable wish to have for this jabroni. Housekeeper isn't a just. All jobs are respected if done well. You did the right thing, and you are doing a great job. Enjoy, buddy. Cool. Your attitude to life and all kind of things happening sounds like episodes from a nice indie movie. A movie I would like to watch. I could just imagine the situations from your writing. Ha, well at least he didn't end up as the delivery guy who lost his pants. Sounds like he FAFO'd, too bad, so sad, stop being a thing caveman and get with the program. I have no sympathy these days. People have to grow up and get with the times. That Archie Bunker crap is not going to fly anymore. I trolled a hacker relentlessly. One of my friends had their Instagram account hacked. The hacker then messaged me, pretending to be my friend, about a link to help him log in to his new account. I knew it was a scam, but wanted to play along. I played along until I managed to get his phone number. The real fun started after that. I downloaded some texting apps and spam texted him from 10 different numbers, under the pseudonym of Carnage. I did this so that even if he blocked me on one number, I'd still have a number of ways to troll him. I would say things like, "Answer boy, Carnage is speaking to you and you will be begging for mercy when Carnage is done with you." He called me every swear word he could think of. I knew I got him mad. I then proceeded to spam call him from a Google Voice number, with the no caller ID setting turned on, which prevented him from being able to block me. After enduring this relentless trolling, the hacker disconnected their number and blocked me on Instagram. Bustard deserved it. Didn't even realize they messed with the wrong person. LMAO, this was a joy to read. I like the idiots that call and say they are the IRS and that you owe lots of money, but this one-time deal they can offer you is to buy a $500 Target gift card. News flash, the ITS does not accept gift cards as payment. LOL. Username checks out too. He probably didn't give you his real number. You're likely right, but I was able to annoy him, troll him, and waste his time. I still see this as a W. This guy is definitely getting into heaven. Nice job, wish I was smart enough to do such a thing. You want your hot chocolate to be hot? Fine, enjoy getting first-degree burns in your mouth. I work in a really popular fast food chain and have been working there for nearly 2 years, and this story I'm about to tell has to be the most pettiest thing I've seen a worker do in fast food. So without further ado, let's get into this story. This story begins last night. I was working my third late night shift in a row, and I was working with one of my buddies who was working in the cafe department for her shift. At some point in my shift, this lady comes in through the drive-thru and orders a hot chocolate with her food, and when she receives this, she complains in a bitchy tone to my buddy who made the drink that the hot chocolate wasn't hot enough and that they're meant to be hot for a reason. My friend apologized and offered to make it again, and the customer demanded her to. Now this is where the pettiness comes in. My friend refroths the milk to reach a high of at least 80 degrees Celsius or 176 degrees Fahrenheit and gave it back to her. I wish I knew how she reacted, but she drove off instantly. This could have been prevented if the customer wasn't an asshole to my buddy. Always a bad idea to be rude to the people handling your food and drink. I agree. It's a daily thing to interact with a rude customer. Some people put up with it and others retaliate. I worked in management at a Taco Hell for a few years, and I genuinely encouraged retaliation from the employees who worked under me. Nothing too gross, but some things with really awful people got a bit gross. Most of the time it was just getting the food that was technically meant for the discard pile. Honestly, my parents would probably love that. They want all their hot drinks just about boiling. I have no idea how they have any taste buds left. LOL, I order all my drinks made with the frothing wand to be extra hot. To me, the regularly heated drinks are just kinda warm. I'd also rather have more time for them to be hotter as I drink them than like 1/3 of the way through and it's cold. In all seriousness? There's a very good chance the customer was happy. I'm reminded of the old lawsuit against MCDs from when they served hot coffee. They used to knowingly serve coffee hot enough to cause serious burns under the logic of, nobody goes through the drive-thru to order coffee to drink while they're driving. They want to drink the coffee after they get to their location. We want to serve coffee so hot that it will still be hot when they get there and actually start to drink the coffee. That particular little business model served MCDs well for a very long time. Until the lawsuit, actually. So, if this lady happened to be of the old school mentality, then she was pleased as punch since her hot chocolate would still be hot when she got to work/home/ etc. Oof. I actually order my hot drinks at Starbucks kids temperature. Yes, it's a thing. It's still pleasantly warm but won't kill your mouth. But I'm a 96.8% iced drink person, so extra hot isn't part of my DNA, lol. I didn't know they did that. My husband will be thrilled we are total opposite on coffee temp. Ha! Had no idea that was a thing. I really love my Reddit peeps. I learned so much on here. Thanks for the info. I fail to see how this is revenge. She wanted hotter chocolate and she got it? I'm not 100% on this because I have never steamed milk, but I'm guessing they steamed it until it curdled and then gave it to her. Thermonuclear mouth burns are the worst. Hope she learned to be a little less demanding. Nah, trying to physically hurt someone for being rude isn't funny. She's bad, your friend's bad, you're bad. This is the same thing my husband, then boyfriend, and I experienced many years ago on a long weekend trip with his best friend and girlfriend, now ex-wife. We were having breakfast at Waffle House and she decided that she wanted a hot chocolate. At this point, it was a day left in the trip and we had enough of the best friend and girlfriend's antics. She complained that her hot chocolate was not hot enough. So my husband, who was ready to ditch her by the side of the highway at this point, told our server to nuke her chocolate. A few minutes later the server brought back the hot chocolate. She took a sip and didn't say a word. My husband said that cup of chocolate was hot enough to blister her mouth. After this trip, we swore that we would never go on trips again with other people. How do I get this level of service? When I order a hot chocolate, I want it hot. I don't want to be able to scarf the whole thing down 30 seconds after having bought it. I need it to be super hot so that I take my time with the drink. But no one ever makes it hot. It is lukewarm chocolate at best. I think she knew it was very hot after handling the cup and took caution to drink it. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.